The best piece of advice I received was from my grandmother. She put bricks all in her house all by herself from start to finish. That's something I thought I'd never be able to do, and I told her so, and she told me, no, if you work hard and you refine your skills, you can do anything. And ever since then, I've been working hard on persevering through things like that.
I think back to when I was very young in my career and I had to make a really important presentation. And I just remember how important it was, and the advice I was given was to make sure you tell the story. What is the story behind your message? And especially in the work that we do at Dana and the nonprofit sector, it's the story that really helps people understand the amazing work that we do in our communities to help make Delaware a great place to live.
The best piece of advice I ever received was from my father, and we talked about business all the time, and he always told me never capitulate. Keep on keeping on. If owning your own business was that easy, everyone would be doing it. And I always kept that to heart, and when times were hard, I just always referred back to that.
Going with my own judgment is the best thing for me, because you don't have to worry about any other people's opinions, and you just go for it. When you go with your gut, you feel much more easier to get things done.
The best piece of advice that I've received and that I take into my business and nonprofit is to appreciate that there are going to be challenges. But if you look at them and you break them into pieces and components.
And that colleague told me that this is their dream. This is not your dream. So I took that leap of faith just from that statement, because it put in perspective that I have a purpose to fulfill. And 2 years later, here we are, and I know I made the right choice.
So the best piece of advice that I have received is to always focus on your goals, but be comfortable in the fact of being uncomfortable. Recognize that change is something that is a process, can evolve over time, and that even though you have a certain destination in mind, it's okay to pivot, but always know that what is most important to you in achieving your goals.
Some of the best advice that I have ever received, and the guiding principle of my professional journey, comes from the philosopher Ayn Rand, when she said, "The question is not who's going to let me. The question is who's going to stop me."
Be human, be persistent, and be creative. And I really think that makes a whole lot of sense, because being human means that you're going to cut people a break. You're going to understand where they're coming from, and you're going to give them some grace for times when they need that.
To me, to be my authentic self is what you see is what you get. Being in a professional industry, sometimes I know we come off as know-it-alls, and people cannot relate to us. So I think that maybe in my authentic self, people can relate more to me. So when I do sell insurance, I'm not like everywhere. People could just relate to what I'm saying because I'm relatable.
Always try to be the problem solver rather than the person who complains about issues. Think about an effective solution, and then go to your partner saying, we have an issue, this is how I think we can resolve it.
I think the best piece of advice that I received from a mentor and sponsor was to do the best that I could in whatever current job that I had, and that by doing that, I would have the ability to shine in my current role.
The best piece of advice have come from my dad. He used to always say, nothing comes to a sleeper but a dream. And what I think he meant by that was, not only do I have to dream big, but I also have to show up and do the work.